everyone, and welcome back to Planet Zoo. We are in, whatever this panda zoo is called. I've forgotten its name. Panda Park. Simple name. Panda Park, okay. So we need to move the giant pandas from quarantine to their new habitat. So can I just, highlight all of them and move them?
Oh, bless. I think they'll be really happy in there. Fingers crossed we'll see some lovely new cubs sooner rather than later. Right. While they're being delivered, we'd better get on with something else. Oh, dear me. There's never any time to rest when you're running a zoo, is there? Well, unless you hit the pause button. Okay, I think it's time I taught you all about work zones. I know, they don't sound as interesting as the animals, but trust me, they're ever so useful.
Alright.
You see, work zones are a way of making sure that your staff concentrate on specific habitats or tasks within the zoo, so they aren't wandering off elsewhere when it's time to feed the animals or the like.
Alright, so we need to hire and assign a work zone to
let's start by creating a new work zone, and then assigning a keeper to it so that they know to look after the new pandas. To do that, go into the zoo section, then click on staff, and then work zones.
Staff. Work zones.
Now, click on New Work Zone. To set up your new work zone, I'll need you to select the highlighted habitat gate, staff room, and keeper hut. Oh, and don't forget to name it something useful. Once you're done, just go ahead and exit the work zone creator.
In this work zone. Okay, so the colors are important.
Now let's hire a new keeper and assign them to our new work zone. We don't want them getting distracted by other goings-on in the zoo. Go on, hire one.
Alright, new panda habitat is going to be its name. So staff. We want to hire a keeper.
Then, click on your new keeper to bring up their information panel and go to their employment tab.
Let's go to their employment.
At the bottom, you can assign them to your new work zone from the drop-down menu.
Drop-down menu, and we go to new panda habitat.
There you go. Now your keeper will focus his attention on our new pandas. Oh, and just so you know, all types of staff can be assigned work zones. Just make sure that they have access to all the buildings that they need. And one last thing. You might find it faster to assign them from the Work Zones tab in the Staff section of Zoo Management. That'll save you having to chase around selecting your staff one by one.
So we could just do it here.
Oh, it sounds like the brand research has been completed. You should collect your rewards. And you can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into Mechanic Research.
Okay.
Now that we've got our lovely new Just a Memento shop designed, you should build one of them near the zoo's exit. That way the guests won't miss it on their way out and we won't miss out on their money.
Okay, so we need to go build a souvenir shop. Learning about all sorts of stuff. I want to look at the panda. Hello. They need more enrichment though. He's just playing around with a block of ice. A new animal has arrived. Okay, so we're gonna need to build this new souvenir shop called Just a Memento. Go to merchandise. It's a special one already done for this park. Alright. What do you mean invalid rotation? It was valid a second ago. Okay, I guess we'll put it here. Why is this an invalid rotation? I don't understand. I don't get this game. What's up? What's wrong? Is it just like pieces of it aren't like perfectly within like the area? I don't know what invalid rotation means. Like, why is it an invalid rotation? I don't understand. So let's just close out of this. I don't know what it means by invalid rotation. What in the heck is up with this? What if I just try and build like a regular one? I don't want to favorite it, but like... Why? Terrain modification failed. So slowly rotate it and click everywhere. Doesn't seem to actually help, funnily enough. Terrain modification just keeps failing. I don't know what to do, guys. Like, do we need to modify the terrain first? Disabled. By the scenario. But it's failing to modify the terrain that I need it to modify on its own. Am I missing something obvious? I need to place it. I need to place it here. Okay, can I build a path? Outside placement area. So I can only build inside this when the scenario is telling me to. But I can't build the thing I need to build because it's an invalid rotation. What am I supposed to do about this, guys? I built it.
Ever so wonderful that is. Anyway, I'm just off for a moment, but I'm sure I'll have some more jobs for you to look at shortly.
So that happened.
Aw, those pandas look just adorable. I can see why people keep foolishly forgetting that they're wild bears. And good work on that new gift shop branding. Just a memento. Very clever. Much better than our old overpriced gifts branding. I'm all for truth in advertising, but it was perhaps a little on the nose.
Back as promised. Right. I'd like you to increase the number of different species in the zoo. Now, you can find out what species are already in your zoo by going into the zoo section and then into the animals area. And if you're wondering how you're going to fit them all in, then mixed species habitats are a great way to save space and create interesting habitats.
Okay.
Just make sure to check the Zoopedia to find out which species enjoy living together. E.g., don't mix lions with antelopes.
That wouldn't be good. So we've got giant tortoise. Can I just like go to it? I don't. Oh. Okay, he is in a habitat. I was like, he's in a facility of some sort. So I think maybe what we want to do is try and find out if anything can live with any of these other guys. So like the Aldabra giant tortoise. So let me find my Zoopedia. Species data. Are solitary but will tolerate other tortoises. So they don't want to live with anybody else. You do get like so much information. It's crazy. I don't know. We had the annoyance of the shop that couldn't be placed for the longest time. Okay, so tapirs are here. Maybe just pause the game. They're endangered. Oh no. Are often solitary but may be found in monogamous pairs with their young offspring or temporarily feeding in groups. Oh, okay, so here's where you can actually find like the exact thing. I mean, solitary tells me they don't want to share, but let's just double check. I just want to see him. Can I just see him? Okay. Yeah, so neither of those two want to share. Oh, we can unbox you, I'm sure. Like, I don't know why he was boxed. Hey, Mr. Crocodile. You're a carnivore. So oh, I see why you are stressed. What's wrong with your social welfare? Everything should be fine. Is it just because you were in a box? Might be because he was in a box. I clicked Zoopedia and now there's nothing? Okay, there we go. Does not benefit. It's gonna take us a while to find one that does. Let's see, the pangolin maybe. They're endangered. Do you like having friends? Nope. I'm thinking none of them are gonna want to have friends, and we're gonna have to come up with all the friends on our own. Is this what it was? I thought it was an alligator. Critically endangered. So I'm like, is benefiting different than like can deal with? I highly doubt the scorpions will like want anything else, and they're in an exhibit anyway rather than a habitat. So I imagine that we need habitat ones. Do the giant pandas? I highly doubt the giant pandas are gonna want friendos. Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, they're solitary. So far, not so good. Flamingos, maybe. We have a lot of those. Nope, never mind. Our social prefer to live in a large flock. So they just don't want other species around. Oh, we've got more greater flamingos. Okay, macaques. And then frogs, and then okapi, red panda. So macaques? Japanese macaques? Very fluffy. Nope. This is just the episode where I struggle with things, apparently. That's what I should call it. The episode where I struggle with things. Because at least then I am being honest. Oh no, they need more enrichment. I think we're just gonna have to figure out animals that like being together on our own. They're not throwing us any bones here. They are not at all. We have one antelope, which is kind of sad. I'm like, am I looking in the wrong spot? Or did they do this on purpose? I'm like, there's every chance that they did this exactly on purpose to make me, ooh, yay, we found one. This might be the only one. Notice it's also our smallest exhibit. We only have one antelope. I assume because the other one's in, is the other one in not captivity. They're all in captivity. I have news if you didn't know that. But not confinement either. Quarantine. Okay, well, it seems like this antelope here is the only guy who would want has enough thingamadoos apparently, even though it's alone. So, American buffalo, black wildebeest, common ostrich, common warthog, plain zebra, reticulated giraffe, springbok, and Thompson's gazelle are all animals that it could live with. So let's open up our animal trading center. We have no stored animals. I was like, what? Oh, well, wolves are probably not what we need. I don't think the pronghorn was one. We can get peafowl. We can get bears. We can get, oh, I think black wildebeest was one. Black wildebeest might be the only one. Let me just double check it though. Boop, boop. Hey, I'm stuck in the roof. Pretty sure that it was one that we could do. Yeah, black wildebeest. So let's buy those 2 black wildebeest. Wolves might be fun. We could try doing a wolf enclosure or a peafowl one. Not common warthog. So maybe a female and a male. So where do we have so do we probably need to send it through quarantine, right? I'd imagine. So that's where it is. So, and then let's send them both over there. So I don't know how we know when they're ready. But that's like the only one we can add. We need to get 3 more, so we kind of want to find like a group of 3 if we could. That would all go together. Can I get like information on them? My vet research is complete also. We've been ignoring that. You guys can just do research, I suppose. So, save as blueprint. How do I know when they're okay? Okay, we also finished... Oh, I already knew that. That's cool that we can do that. I probably am not gonna bother anymore. It's inefficient. How do I know how they're doing? Like, what I don't know is how I know when they're ready. We're gonna move them. Into the antelope one. Yeah, that's where they're going. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna end this episode here. It was an episode of me struggling, but we figured some stuff out. I still don't know why I couldn't place that shop where I wanted to. But we'll continue this in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm the Purple Pegasus, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.